Good afternoon. My name is Sarika Singh. I represent Peepal Preschools, and I'm here to discuss with you on the topic of nurturing growth mindset in the early years. We all love to be successful. We want to achieve success in life. What is it in common that when we talk about um, Ambani, Mukesh Ambani, what is it in common about Bill Gates? What is it in common with Tatas? We all know they are very successful and they've achieved a lot in life. But when we look at their success stories, did they achieve it in a single day or did they achieve it overnight? No, it isn't so. To achieve at the position that they are in, they've gone through a lot. They have learned new skills, they have practiced, they have failed, they have evolved. It is then they have reached the milestone of being called successful. Well, we all love to read their success stories, but is reading success stories enough to build or to get success? No. What we have to learn from their success stories is how they learned, they failed, and they evolved themselves. And if I have to put it in a term, we would call it the growth mindset. What is growth mindset? Growth mindset is about accepting that the capabilities, the intelligence are not innate traits of anybody. We can build them, we can develop them when we are confident about it. We have to be confident about ourselves when we want to build the growth mindset. Let's look at it how it is in contrast with the fixed mindset. Well, people with a fixed mindset would think, oh, these people are so successful. They're all intelligent by birth. We really can't achieve it. But that's not the case with people who believe that the growth mindset can be developed. Now let us look at it from the perspective of children. And the children, especially in the early years. You would say children in the early years, talking about developing growth mindset in them. Please spare them. They've just stepped into the world. They're so new to the world. What is it that you're talking about? Let them be free. Let them enjoy their childhood. These childhood years will not come back. But as an educator and as a parent, I also know that these years are the crucial years of a child's life. These will not come back. These years are the year which will lay the foundation for the whole life, and they will not come back. So what do we have to do? We have to start developing, laying foundation for their whole life. We know that India is developing at a very fast rate. To keep up with the pace of developing India, we have to ensure that generation, the younger generation, is capable enough to compete with the world when they grow up. But if they do not have the growth mindset within them, how is it that we expect them to compete with the world? So let us look at a few things that we can actually inculcate in our children to ensure that they are growing up correctly and we are inculcating the growth mindset in them. The first quality or the first step as an educator or as a parent that we should be doing to develop the growth mindset is to, I would say, to appreciate their efforts and not intelligence. If they have put in an effort, they have done some activity, appreciate how the activity has been, not by saying you are so talented, instead by saying the work that you have done is great. We can also look at developing growth mindset by being role model ourselves. We as adults also face failures. We also have new challenges. So, as adults, when we embrace challenges, children also look at us and learn from us. The next thing that I would say is about encouraging curiosity. Well, children are inquisitive from the beginning. It's we adults who kind of stop them from questioning us. So, one of the ways to build up the growth mindset in them would be to make them curious about things, learn things with them together. So, ensure that they are not stopping themselves from asking questions. Next would be to teach resilience. Like I said earlier, we have to be role models, and we also have to ensure that they learn from it. Now, when I say about teaching resilience to them, it means they have to learn to appreciate that the activity that they have done and not look at the outcome alone. They have to embrace, they have to learn from the failures that have happened and make sure that they are not repeating it when they do it next. Set the realistic expectations. There are times when the expectations that we set from our children are not realistic. There are times when we expect that they would do much more and which they are not actually capable to. For example, expecting a 4-year-old to write a sentence is something which is not we can expect them to do. So setting up realistic goals is what we should be looking at. Another important thing would be using the positive language. Well, we very well know this quote that how we speak to the children becomes their inner voice. If we go on telling them that you're not good enough, they sooner or later will start believing that they are not good enough to do something. However, in contrast, if we just tell them that you are really good, you can achieve in life, they will start believing on their abilities. So using positive language also becomes an important thing. Providing constructive feedback, like how I said earlier, it's not about appreciating only their intelligence. It's also about giving a constructive feedback. If a particular activity has not been done well, it isn't right to say that they've done a good job. It's always it's about giving them a constructive feedback and saying, yes, you have put in a lot of effort, but then you can improvise on it, and these are the things that you can look to do it better. Well, there's another thing that I would think of when we're talking about growth mindset is ensuring that they are believing in themselves by different activities that they do and how you encourage them. We as educators should understand that these are the crucial years of a child's life, and we have to ensure that they are learning things the right way and achieve success. Thank you.